Sweet. Well, welcome all. Good to be back.
Woo.
Woo. Indeed. Are you feeling okay, Lawrence?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Just a little sniffly.
Oh yeah, just congested.
Sniffle sniffles.
Not bad
Oh,
with
no.
air quality and the constantly changing weather around here. Sniffles is
So
not.
much fun.
Yeah. How you doing this week, Dante?
We ate.
We all right? Good. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
not terrible, thankfully.
Good. Lily?
Oh, I'm fucking fabulous.
Fucking fabulous. Is incredible.
They got some really strong weed at the dispensary in town, and I've been going to town on that shit.
Good.
Oh yeah.
Good. Good. How are you doing this week, Gabe?
Good. It's been a really
It's
lazy
been.
Yep.
Or really? Something?
Gabe and I got to enjoy these cranberry brats tonight. They're pretty fucking solid.
Ooh,
From like a sausage
It's
spot.
true. Those were great.
Yeah.
that sounds good.
Yeah. Noticeably different to just like a package of like even nice brats. They were just like this much more tender in the way that they snapped. It was really nice. Makes me want to go back to that sausage place or a butcher anyway.
There's a super place right next to my house. I does like it's really authentic German food,
Do you go?
especially sausages. Oh god, yes, it's so good.
Yes. Awesome. Dude, I'm jealous. I love a good authentic German sausage. Or just like even a hand stuffed sausage, where they care about this practice. It's not just like, I mean, anything. I think that any kind of the meats, but the sausages are stellar. Anyway, last time we approached the station, we got on board after sending BBW out to attempt to pull them out. The robots came out, grabbed BBW, and took him to a little cell. You folks landed. You got a basic layout of the ship. We didn't spend a ton of time digging through everything, but we didn't really need to, and that's because the ship is like so filled with machinery and things like that that it's not like it's there's a million rooms, right? There's not kitchens, there's not bedrooms. There was this big docking bay. There was a room behind the docking bay that we haven't gone into yet, but we've seen them bringing these big sort of solid black crates in and out of through the docking bay and towards the front of the ship. We've seen many like large machine style processing rooms, and we've made it to the front of the ship. The front of the ship has 4 stories. The elevator goes much longer than a traditional like 10-foot story, but 4 stops on the elevator, one being the bay where Dante was taken to. 2 being the floor you folks found yourselves on, the observation deck, and the like bot building bay. The 3rd floor is the extraction sort of collection deck, and the 4th floor was like the primary gathering deck. All of this seems very mechanical, and that's because it is like very mechanical. Everything in here seems like purpose driven, but we still don't know exactly what is going on here. But we find ourselves in the bay. Dante got into a combat with a large droidica of some kind down below and escaped on the elevator, thanks to you folks. And your quick thinking on the computers. We have a couple cameras up in here of the lower floors where the droidica encounter happened, and the bot building room are the only 2 cameras up and running. A lot of the power in this station seems to be down. With that in tow, we find ourselves, like I said, in the observation deck. What is our first thought or approach?
If we find BBW, we can get him to convince it to power back up.
We have BBW and we have Slippy
Yeah, I
as
found
a
him.
balloon tether who is holding on to a
Oh,
backpack pod
yeah.
that's trying to escape into the ceiling.
And let
this
us
is-
also not forget that I do have a hammer ready to call another bot in at any time.
Yeah, and you've got one here. You're still a balloon at the moment.
In case we need to.
In case we need to, correct.
Fair.
Okay. So I'm sure if we find like the main area, I can probably be able to talk to the systems of it.
I assume we should head down.
Head down.
This
That's usually
observation
where-
deck, I would say, is that sort of command center for this station.
Oh,
Okay, I thought you said it was powered down.
The whole station
So I assumed
is
we'd have to go to where the
running-
power is.
That's fair. The whole station is seemingly running at like a minimum capacity. Like we got the elevator up and running. There's still power flowing, but like a lot of these screens are down. The elevator wasn't on when you came. We've seen a lot
Sounds
of the
like they just
bots
have a
acting-
really invasive version of creation on this ship. It's taken too much of the power. It was taking 40%. Now 90%.
This one has a lot less. Yeah.
I see.
I will say that I've been thinking a lot about Cola's 13 prior to coming onto the station. You got a 13 on a spout lore outside of the station, like long before you guys got any info. And I said I would keep that alive for a while because there was nothing to give you. But I think with all that we have going on right now, Cola, there's been a lot of little threads in this that have sparked sort of a nostalgic memory, and you're trying to grasp at these threads as going through. You guys are all gathered here in this station. You're looking out the observation bay at the still planet below you. You're brought back in your head to a class you were taking in the training program to become an agent. It was a training program on experimental technological advances, and they were this particular lesson was about generating power from stasis, from stealing the motion from something else to provide yourself power. It had always been in your classes a theoretical sort of, concept. There had been, we don't have that ship's power, but looking through all of this, you have this sort of thought that this is feeling very similar to that, in which this station is harvesting some possibly the motion from this planet in order to create something, fuel, power, something. The puzzle pieces aren't still all there yet, but I will say that is brought back.
Sounds like we just need to find the self-destruct switch. Just blow
Yeah,
up the station and this planet will start spinning again. That's why it's in the wrong place.
it seems to me that this is some sort of perpetual stasis machine. I thought it was just a pipe dream, just a theory for for science classes, but they've really gone and done it. But now we need to stop it because this doesn't look good. Cole looks out of the window down at the planet. Does it not look good? I'm assuming it looks bad.
The planet doesn't look great. I will about 20% of it looks, I'll say like 10% of it looks incredible. Another 10% looks mediocre, and then the other fucking 80% on both sides, 40% on this side, 40% on this side. One is a frozen wasteland, and the other is like a burnt, barren wasteland.
I would like to vote for not blowing up the perpetual motion machine, because perhaps we could figure out how to drive it to another place and steal their motion, and then we'd have infinite power for our creation planet.
True. Maybe the stasis machine
Does need
has
a
a
lot of
purpose.
power.
A purpose to keep this thing in place.
This does feel like a bad thing to do to a planet, but maybe we could do it to a moon. Okay, so we just have to figure out how to get this space station to let go.
How to get this
And
space station to
also-
let go?
Also,
Depending on
found
the
a
size, we
steering
could
wheel.
probably fit like 2 moons in the station if we really caught them right. You know, get extra spinach.
Get one stuck and just
Maximum
wait,
energy.
like hope that
Yeah,
the,
like a
the
spider
stars
trap. You
align
just
and it fucking crosses.
Yeah.
Orbits are circular, right, Lucy? That I didn't make that up, right?
As far as I'm aware,
Phew.
no, Cola, ovular. I think you were teaching
Void,
me.
yeah.
Actually, Slippy,
Uh,
Cola taught me they're ovular.
Never trust anything that Cola says to you,
Why?
because I don't.
All right,
Oh,
Except when I do.
I
Never believe anything that I say.
I don't. I'll say, often.
oh. Cola wants to look for a button to push.
There's loads of buttons. You guys have affected the station already down in the hall where BBW was. You guys opened doors. You affected the security bot in some form or fashion. You don't know how you did it. Everything was very fast pressing of the keyboards to just hope that something helped. But you know that there's power still flowing through here.
We do or we don't know where BBW is.
BBW is with you guys. He
Look
Okay.
to your
the
left.
elevator is running.
Awesome.
The crew is back together. Yes.
BBW, can you talk to the space station?
I'll try. And I want to go to that main control panel. And I'm just gonna use my commander robots to ask it to talk with me.
Okay.
It's a
We're
big
just gonna go
robot,
for it.
right?
It's
really
a big robot.
It is a 9.
Look at our friend. Can I help in some way?
Can you? You tell me.
Can I? Maybe I know some sort of like a government admin override button sequence. I don't know.
Do he know?
Give it a shot.
government
Give it a shot.
secrets.
Roll aid on BBW.
4.
No. Nope. That's a
So
5.
sad.
Okay.
I pressed the hell out of those buttons though.
He puts in
I'm
the
certain-
sequence.
Yep.
And he puts it in perfectly. And an error message pops up on the screen. BBW. You know, and this message, your connection with this machine began because it's instantaneous, like before Cola started clicking buttons. So these are two separate like events. Before Cola's error message hit the screen, you know that you're gonna have to provide some power. This station has such a minimal amount of power. You know that you're gonna have to provide a lot of power. I think that it is how much what's your total health? I just need a scale on things.
8.
8 is your total health. You are going to have to provide your level 3 machines and 3 health to get this thing just to power on enough to communicate with you. 1 level 3 machine and 3 health.
That's a lot.
Mhm.
Does sound like a lot.
It is. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
it's a space station. It's a
Just
lot. It's a
deactivate
huge amount.
the stud finder. You don't need it. That's like a level 3 machine.
That's got to
right?
be a level 3 machine.
It's so
Gotta
useful.
be-
And
Yeah,
like
level
so
3
that
machines are
message
like
is
that.
still like in the air as this error message pops up. It pops up and flashes on the screen and asks you to, I don't know, re-input the passcode. And it says 1 chance remaining on the error box.
Oh.
But the connection BBW that you still have is live. Like this option still exists to you. If you supply this power, regardless of this error box, it still will communicate with you.
Okay. I'm just trying to get this thing to talk to us, right? I'm just trying to communicate with it.
Seems like it.
I was hoping that in talking to it, we could persuade it to let go of this planet.
Mhm.
Promise we'll get
But-
it something else.
A moon.
Yeah, we'll give it a new planet, a better planet.
2 moons.
True. I could offer us the promise of 2, count them, 2 moons. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do it.
All right. You feel this amount of energy drain from you. You feel some of your systems shut down. Another screen pops on this bank. It is of the top floor of the sort of initial collection station. To sort of re-describe this top floor, massive, like football field long vats across the room. There are these huge funnels leading in from the ceiling and down into these vats. And that is the prime part of the room. On the camera, though, there is no movement up here. You can see the bodies of a few of these mech bots, like moving in a direction along a vat towards the back of the room, but they're stopped still. And there's even a few of these backpack style droids that have been coming for you guys here and there to like pick you up and take you away that are laying on the ground still. But pointing towards something in the back of the room. But the station comes on. This error message still exists. The whole sort of control panel that you guys had access to even just sort of clickety-clack button seems to be locked up for now, save BBW's connection with the machine. But you feel that with that drain of power, the machine is on enough to communicate with.
Okay. BB's good.
Right.
BBW's gonna ask. So it's on. I don't feel good, but it's on, and we can talk to it now. What do you think I should say? What's your name?
Good start.
Sort of in like a black field, green text pops up in your brain, and a label is typed out in this field. It says stasis extractor 4CX.
Or CX? I can work with that.
And then
Why are you holding this planet?
another line of text pops up that says, "What is your name?" User identification requested is what comes up.
BBW plushes. Oh my god. Big Bud Wally. And in like little things, little brackets, BBW. Type that back to it. And then I want to discern realities on this dude.
Yeah.
Just do it.
All right. Discern realities on the station as a whole.
I'm gonna try and help
And-
again.
You're gonna try to help again.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Here you go. I got a 10. That was a
Hold
nice
on.
one, but
How are you trying to help again? It sounds like you did try to help again.
like,
Nope. I picked up my dice and then he said I got a 10 and I set
Oh,
them right back down.
Understand. Okay. So you have 3 hold. What do you want to ask first?
let's do it. What happened here recently?
Do you straight ask that to the machine?
I do.
You do. Emergency shutdown initiated by planetary hosts. Stop. Minimal power required to maintain positioning. Stop. Yes.
Maintain positioning.
What was the first thing it said?
Ah, fuck. I liked my phrasing and I don't remember it. Emergency shutdown initiated by planetary hosts.
So the
First-
planet asked it to stop. So we need to go talk to the planet.
Go talk to the robotic planet. So,
So this is
uh,
when the station is turned off.
yeah, it sounds like it had very minimal power required to hold this planet in place.
So what does the station do when it's turned on?
It's a great question. Like to ask,
Does the station make the planet spin? It's a planet spinner.
planet.
They found a
spinning.
planet that just didn't work, and they're like,
It's
we
like-
gotta like a Beyblade.
It's a globe that's on like an axis thing.
It's a good
in the classroom.
planet. Stopper holder. You guys
Maybe it
saw
spins them too
Planet
fast.
Stopper and immediately assumed it was bad. What the hell? It is holding a planet in stasis and
Everybody
destroying
knows
80%
you have to
of
hold a
it.
planet.
What the fuck?
You have to destroy 80% of a planet to start terraforming. Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that. It's first grade, SpongeBob. Who's really in control here? I want to ask next to it. This is kind of like asking if there's like anyone else that may have not left before, because it seems it's only just this thing and its robots.
Admin files corrupted. Stop. Admin identification. Archon. Stop. It is ARCHEON.
And what should I be on the lookout for?
Station security measures still intact. Stop. attempt to process for assimilation. Stop.
No.
Well, love the sound of that last one.
Yeah, right?
Sounds a little scary.
Do you share all of these communications with your party?
Yeah. I want to say I display it up on like a little mini screen on my chest.
Cola. I think this is going to be the last trigger of your 13. And that is that the Archon species is one that hit something for you. This time in not the class of sort of experimental tech theory, but in more of a historical sense. There are lots of ruins, lots of ruined planets that we come across in are spreading out of the galaxy much more in recent years than in the beginning, but we have for a long time. And all of these, there are ruins on these planets, there are statues or monoliths and things along these lines, things of a reverence of some kind, or even just identifying that they existed or were known here in this place. And in your history books, they've been called the Archons. They have been just a thought of theory in your history. Yes.
Okay. So they're, just so I'm clear, they are. Archon is a name that's been referenced in space ruins.
Yes. In
Okay.
like, yeah.
In that we have found ruins of Archon, or that we have found ruins and the name Archon.
We found ruins with mentions of this Archon race, like lots of like maybe drawings, depictions, hieroglyphs of them looming over them. I think looming over is the best version of maybe a verb for that. Like in lots of these depictions, they're above, they're around, they're present, but on the top of. But yeah, sort of like we would maybe relate to like Egyptian hieroglyphs, this kind of level of, you know, sort of
Oh,
broad
gang.
depth.
My various lessons indicate to me that these Archons, they are some no good so and so's. If this is one of their ships, it's definitely up to no good. Um,
Oh,
maybe I don't know. Maybe we can ask it if it wants to do some good in the universe. Does it want to be a force for change?
What if not the
You can let go of
Archons?
everything that you once were.
And stop a moon for us.
Join us.
Stop 2 moons for us.
Mm-hmm.
let me type this proposal in for it real quick. Then, like, hey, you want to join us instead?
Roll up some ship stats for
Ha!
the planet stopper.
um Primary directive: halt motion of a planet. Stop harvest motion. Stop. Primary directive achieved. Stop. You would know,
So is that
the
a
way this conversation
yes?
goes, I mean, hyper robotic in the way that this is rolling, right? It has, a prime directive, and it is doing this thing, so it has no reason to want to stop. But to want to
Right.
stop.
Well, okay. Well, can you stop then with the motion stealing?
The same message is typed out to you, ending in prime directive achieved to
No.
stop.
No. Well, looks like this thing's doing its job.
Yeah.
We need
I
to
think
introduce a sense of guilt to this robot.
Oh, I feel bad at what I've done, stop. You
We
I
upload the space Bible.
Jesus. Space Jesus.
Bible.
Spible.
Jesus.
Bible goes west.
Jesus.
Bible goes west.
Jesus.
Oh,
I s-
good game. We can stop there, y'all. That's it.
Yeah.
No.
So that was how the campaign ended. Was Jesus.
But Jesus. All right. Time jump. I'm done. Um no, I think you have access to these files. BBW. The layout of, I think, the space station, and can understand the flow of what's going on in this, its machinery. So if you have any questions, like from Dante to M about how to clarify what's happening here, I think I can, answer in a way that BBW would get it from this machine. But yeah.
Right. Okay. So this thing was just put up by Archons in order to steal the motion from the planet. Is that kind of what I'm understanding?
Yeah, yes, that is exactly what
Amazing.
you have been told. It both steals the motion and processes it into a usable energy.
Interesting. I think
Ask
that's
it for
pretty neat.
gas.
You got that gas, bro?
You got that on you?
Even
At
if we can't
this
blow it up, we gotta
moment,
go somewhere else, so we need
Carl
gas.
Carl's been
That's true.
quiet for this. What has Carl been up to during this while your team has been? I'm just curious. I want to see if I can frame this through Carl's eyes or if I just say it.
Charles is just really intensely waiting for there to be a lot of things to shoot at because he doesn't really have a grasp on most of them.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
This is fair. I will say then maybe, Carl, your eyes are on or have been in the general direction of this droidica who was downstairs. Even as BBW left on the elevator, it was still on the
Sure.
cams for a little bit.
that way.
And you see it stop pounding at the elevator door, return to its ball form, and turn towards the wall, and the wall opens up and it enters into the wall. This is not the little exit it left from. It's just a new hole in the wall that it entered into. Yes.
Okay.
Other than that, we have where we're at. If the team has any thoughts, we can chat. We can spout lore, discern realities. We can explore.
Okay. So we need gas. Just sort of we do. We need the gas.
We do need, I guess.
If we want to continue doing stuff with this space station, um next notion I might have for making it let go of the planet is just to maybe we could just go over to one of the ends of its claw arms and just blow it up. Blow up the hinge on the top or the bottom.
Counter
And it should let
argument:
go.
This
what if
man's
we
talking
blow up
sense.
the planet?
I'm with you on this too. Wait, we need the planet.
Can't use
I
the
think
planet right now.
More
We
difficult. I
definitely
think.
can't use it if we blow it up.
I guess it's true.
How do you contemplate going about blowing up this planet?
Well,
You
I have this hammer. I have this
Okay.
hammer. So I
reach
was
in
gonna
my
start.
bag of
I was
tricks
gonna
and I
start
pull
with
out
that.
Planetary destroyer.
Tell me what's wrong with it,
Only
GM.
there's a problem with it, and you won't know until you use it.
It goes off immediately.
It's miniature. It's only a moon destroyer.
That's it. That's the campaign. See you, folks.
Blow it up, stranded in space.
That's it. All right. Well, time jump to a bunch of
My parts
skeletons.
are stranded in space.
At least we
Yeah.
end up the same way as Cookie.
Dead. And with a bunch of unended storylines. Yes, exactly the same as Cookie. I will say that the only reason we're looking for fuel is to leave this situation entirely. We don't need fuel if this is, if, you know, if you figure out the station, like is seemingly
Fix it
possibly on the board, you
or-
don't need fuel. Right, exactly. The fuel is only to leave. You guys have fuel to even fly your ship down to like planet side or nearby. You have probably like a week left of fuel, but not enough to get to the other coordinate that we were given at the beginning of this for another possible good planet. Not to say there aren't any out here if we look and find it, but I just, you know, if based on what we have.
Can we call home?
You have a line of communication on your ship to home.
We could ask Creation if he wants a big planet thing.
You could ask Cluster if he could hack the starship space station.
Yeah, could you do a remote Starship hackjack?
Super remote, just as remote as possible.
Well, but also, like,
He could walk me through how to do it.
if we can determine if the planet is livable, then we could potentially wait and let the colony come here, and then we've got a whole colony of people to fix this derelict ship.
Yeah, let's make everyone else do it.
I mean, from looking
right?
above
Let's
you,
call the jump now.
I got science people. I have a gun.
this is true. Looking down on the
You
planet,
know?
there is a band of very lush greenery in the center between the light and the dark. That, I mean, green exists, so life exists there. You don't know if there's more, but it's green.
Fair.
We could
Looks
investigate the planet first before we blow it up.
Yeah.
We can go down, feel it out, have a little vacation.
Turns off
you know,
planetary destroyer, puts it back in bag.
have
the
a
starship-
glass.
Does the starship know anything about the planet's surface? Or like have cameras looking down on the planet or anything like that?
Can I access them, perhaps?
Yeah. Give me. Instead of give me a command robots again.
Oh my god, this one died. 12.
The communication starts back up with the machine just fine.
Let's go. But I want to ask you just straight up, why this planet? Or hi again, by the way. Why this planet?
Hi, stop.
We're making progress.
This.
How are you?
How are you? Stop. um. Planet likelihood of reaching star travel capabilities low. Stop. Planet capable of reaching fuck. Pause. Probability of planet reaching star travel capabilities low. Stop. That's the full thing.
That mean is one more time. I'm sorry. Like
You take that, I think, to mean that whatever mathematics they've done to like decide, they have chosen this planet is not one likely to progress to the point of star travel, and so they have deemed it worthy of processing here.
Neat. Is there any life on the planet currently?
There's vegetation.
Planetary hosts still dwell on planet side. Stop.
Wasn't the planetary host the one who turned off the machine?
Yeah, the one with like the emergency set. Like they did the emergency shutdown, which means
I still feel like we're not totally clear on what it is that this ship is doing, because it is still holding the planet still.
yeah, it's like siphoning power from the planet. And siphoning
Maybe
its
they're
motion.
used to being in that little band of green now.
Like potential energy.
Maybe. Planetary host is still there. That could be the Archons.
I wonder where all
Right.
of that energy is going.
Tell me about your energy reserves, please.
Energy storage at capacity. Stop. Excess energy wasted. Stop.
Ah,
They waste it into our ship. It's right into our fuel tank.
can excess energy be transferred?
Excess energy only storable in stasis cubes. Stop.
And those stasis cubes are like just one floor below, right? Or above?
You have
Somewhere
seen
under
them.
that.
I mean, you've seen them in a lot of portions of the ship. Primarily, you have seen them down in like the docking bay. You've seen them attached to ships. You've seen these big, deep black cubes in the place of where like a ship's engine would be. Maybe in some cases in the place of not the engine, but where like a fuel tank would be. It's just sort of floating in this loose space, sometimes loosely spinning, but most of the time still, because none of this is really in use right now. You've also seen them up a floor above you. There are top floor is where the collection begins into these giant vats. The floor below that and above you currently is where it is sort of processed down into these cubes. You've seen some of these repair bots carrying like mostly unfull cubes, and when they're unfull they just are kind of like gray. They're kind of like a loose smoky gray, and as they fill up they turn this void black. And you've seen them carrying mostly smoky gray ones from these machines to like a storage port in the back. It seems like they're doing their jobs right, but because the station is not working at 100% capacity, they are not doing them well. They're just doing like the most baseline processes, and if they get a couple steps off, like if they trip up or something, because the station is in disrepair or whatnot, then now they're doing it a couple steps over. You know what I mean? And over time, that's led to just all the things you're seeing around the station. Random bots in random places doing random shit and just kind of like erroring out because they have just ended up here over time.
Huh. Well, being out of fuel is no good.
I would like.
Mm.
It seems to me the way this is rolling is that, well, I mean, Slippy's in the air. He is a balloon string at the moment. But Cola and BBW seem really focused on this conversation. Carl, we've put up on the computers and such. Slippy's a balloon string. So I want Carl and Slippy, give me Defy Danger's wisdom, sort of a perception check. I just don't want to go through questions. We don't need 3 questions for what's happening.
6.
Snake eyes.
Gracious.
More danger in my life.
I'm gonna try and help.
Yeah. Give me a. Who are you? It sounds like you're probably
I'm
helping
helping-
Slippy.
I'm helping
so
Slippy.
helpful.
I'm walking around,
Sure.
just sort of giving him a
leading him around.
tour. 7.
Okay. I'll put this right at it. Is that you're leading Slippy around? You bump Slippy up into the doorway, and he peeks his eyes out for just a moment as he sees a hole open up next to the elevator and the droideka roll out and towards the doorway. There isn't a lot of time to react. Slippy shouts back, "Droideka, it's here. Ballbot here."
There isn't a lot of time to react. Droideka here, Ballbot.
Yep, that.
Fuck.
Fuck. And as Carl shouts, "Fuck," the 4 of you look back towards the doorway as this ballbot unfolds, legs hitting the ground. The head, however, is still stuck in the body. Arms reach out. You see the barrels of long guns rolling down the arms. And here we are. I'm going to give you folks the opportunity to make a decision or action before this thing kicks off because Slippy saw it.
BBW, where should I shoot it?
I don't know. Can't see its head.
Slippy shoots center mass with his big gun. That is a 11.
It hits.
All right. 9 damage. Woo!
9
Nice.
damage. You see the sort of hexagonal shield progress over the body. You know that you've done some damage. Some of that reflects right back off the body. You take 1 damage through shield as you are blasted with a bit of energy in response. Everyone else?
Cola needs at least one hand to do anything.
What's he doing
So
with his other hand?
he's holding Slippy balloon.
Well, you haven't
Oh.
tried your other hand yet.
My other hand's in a tube.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fingers.
Truth?
Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind. But I still do need at least one hand with fingers. So I was gonna cast about the room for a lever or something on the control panel. And he's gonna tie Slippy's balloon to the console.
Tie like a little strand off of the bottom of Slippy's pants to the lever. I love it. Okay. You
Mm-hmm.
do that.
I don't know what this lever does. I am not thinking about it.
Give me Defy Danger dexterity to properly tie Slippy on safely.
Um,
And free up your hands.
Okay. Boxcars, that's a 12.
You tie Slippy on in a very firm fashion.
I couldn't get off here if I wanted to.
Nope, not if he tried. Carl BBW, first responses to seeing the ball-bot outside the door.
Uh,
I'm gonna
What,
ask the machine politely what it is. What is that? And did you send
Make
it?
it go away.
Security measures to return
It's a
subject
droideka, a
to
ball bot.
cell and begin assimilation. Stop. Security measures to return subject to cell and begin assimilation. Stop.
Unsubject BBW user, please.
Error. Request not found. That's funny as fuck, though. That was good. That was good. Unsubject BBW, please. Very good.
I got another.
Carl?
So what specifically was used on it that it deflected? Trying to work out damage.
Slippy's
Big gun.
Big gun.
Slippy's big gun.
It is
So
plasma based. I think based on what you guys have seen and what you know, it just has a very high level shield, reflects damage.
Is that just laser damage, or do you think that'd be physical damage as well?
Well, yeah, because my curiosity is, well, I guess what Carl's gonna do is run up to it, turn on Zap and Slice, and stab at it, which does regular damage. It would do slice damage, pierce damage, and because it is 2 piercing and electrical, if that's a thing.
Yeah, you can give it a shot. Hack and slash with the Zap and Slice.
Hack and Slice.
Hack and
Zap and
Slice.
Back and zap and slash.
Yo,
Slash
that's a
and slice.
9
Mhm.
plus Dex, since I can use that for this, is a 12.
One of these is not deflected. You do not know which.
You roll damage.
Seven. Plus 2 piercing, plus 1 regular.
Sure, yeah. The tip of your sharpened ceremonial spinning staff cuts through this hexagonal barrier. It still remains up, but your spear does go through it and hit some of the machinery below, slicing the main hull, we'll say, of the robot. You see some sparks going out from that. You're still okay, let's see. Rolling down this with the electric, you see those sparks sort of go over the main body and it stops moving for a second. You are still shocked for 1 point of damage in return through armor. But the robot seems stationary at the moment. All of this electricity seems to be channeling through it in some way, or around its main body. So I'll give you guys another opportunity to do something while it is stunned.
Know what I'm gonna do?
I shoot him with my big gun because he can't move, and I'm from an elevated position.
He has the high ground.
That's a 9.
Roll damage.
6.
You do. You are this time hit for 2 damage in return on a 9 through
Ouchie.
armor. But you shoot it, and a good portion of those hexagons shatter off before the shield slowly rebuilds up over that point. So you're seeing like a progress. It's still seemingly stunned.
Punch it.
That shield may hurt your fists.
Punch it.
Wait, did the shield reflect back the physical damage?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, it reflected back damage. Carl hit it with physical and electric damage, so
And piercing.
so
hard to know. I think the way
Hard
I
to know.
described it was that the electronic, like he got shocked back for that damage.
And the way I described it was there's no way of knowing. But I'm just
Yeah,
Slippy.
I'm still gonna punch it, I think. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me that a shield that reflects back plasma shots would reflect back a punch. But we'll see.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Hmm. 10.
Roll damage.
Does this function? Another 10.
You punch arm going through its shield and smashing into one of its arms, knocking one of its barrel arms off of its body.
Wow.
Carl, Cola are pretty close to it. BBW, you're back. Slippy, you're back a little bit. The electricity coursing across its body surges up into the top of its head, and this lightning rod flicks up and into position. All of the electricity surges into this rod, and there is a moment of like silence, and I need everyone to make defy danger. It can be any physical, well, it could be any stat. You just gotta tell me what you do and how you do it. But defy danger something. Carl and Cola though get a -1 because they're real close.
I think I should also have a -1 because I have been tied so well to this lever.
I love that and agree with that.
Dexterity?
Dexterity.
But I am going to
if you
drop
want
the
it.
robot and dodge out of the way.
9.
As much as my limited range will allow me. It's a 9 as well.
Also a 9.
Yo, 9 gang.
9 gang,
9
BBW.
You better roll a fucking 9 or you're getting kicked out of
Or you're
the campaign.
dying right
Oh.
now.
Throwing BBW in
please.
his face.
7.
Uh-oh. No.
All right, see you guys back. I was using intelligence with quick thinking to just
this surge of electricity rushes out. I'll give you the option. You can either be stunned or take damage.
I'll be stunned. I'm pretty low on health.
Slippy
already.
will also be stunned.
Oh,
We conk heads in the air.
Everyone got in the middle, so everyone gets to decide. I like 2 stuns. Carl Cola, stun or damage?
No damage.
Oh, you want damage? Okay.
How much is it?
I think I'll also take damage.
Okay. The 2 of you are taking 4 points of
That's
damage through armor as
That's
this
fine.
electricity washes over your body. The other 2 of you are stunned. I think that Slippy, it locks up your shield and keeps your shield stationary. So like you hit the ground and you're just sort of like locked into a body like position because your shield like hardens. BBW, your electronics just sort of stop working for a second. The 2 of you are stunned. Carl, Cola, what do you want to do?
ooh.
It's got 1 arm. Its head is trying to eject from its body, but is seemingly stuck at the moment.
I still have a shield?
It does have a shield, but your fist seemingly went right through it.
I'm gonna give it another stab.
Yeah.
Just, in case I kill it so you don't hurt your knuckles on it. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 gang!
Nine gang.
So that's what is that? Electricity or damage?
I mean,
I guess you're just hack and slashing. Like
yeah,
you're just doing
I
the
assume it's
traditional hack and
electrical
slash.
damage because basically the electrical prod is on a 7 to 9 add 1 damage. So I am using the electrical prod built into the stick to do an extra damage. So I assume that's electrical damage.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Okay, roll then damage. And I know how I'll do this.
4.
Wait. You said 4? Okay.
Yeah.
You
Plus-
stab at its shield
plus 2.
and its shield explodes, sending a pulse of energy outwards. You take 2 points of damage, not through shield though. You're just sort of blasted with this force damage. But its shield is broken down. Cola?
I'm going to take my tubed hand and just bring it right down on top of the robot's head.
Okay. Roll a hack and slash.
That's a 6.
Cool.
Yeah.
You bring your tubed hand down on top of this thing's head, and a blast of energy is exploded from the end of the tube. It is going to fire past the robot and hit the whole sort of door frame area and just demolish this area. It's going to open a hole in the wall. The force is going to actually push you back off your feet and push the robot forward a little bit too. And in doing this, you take 2 damage, but not through shield. The robot is going to point its one good hand at BBW and,
On the floor?
Yep, on the floor, and fire off a net of energy. It is going to hit BBW because he is stunned and unable to do anything about it. BBW take 1 point of damage through armor as the shield wraps around you. Or this net sort of wraps around you. There is a tether to this thing's arm, and it begins sort of reeling BBW in.
Oh no, again.
And after this moment, Carl, or I guess Slippy, your body is able to move again. Your energy shield kicks back in to normal effect, and the 3 of you are able to go.
I'm not surprised. I knew my shield was just about to let me move again. Just as planned. I throw my hammer at the droideka.
I'm working, BT Dubs. I'm working on turning this whole session into a module. And I'm rereading and rereading over this dumb ability that you have and trying to not ruin it, but make it, because I can, because I let you go for so long, I can understand as reading it, like, how you are doing what you're doing, and because I allowed that initially, I'm not gonna take it back now and be like, oh no, it should have worked like this all along. But I gotta find a way to phrase it to give it what it what it's meant to do, and not just never surprised about anything ever. But it says you are not surprised by anything. Stop. I'm like, fuck you,
That's
guys.
a period there. Yep.
That's it's a 2-part ability. It's so good.
You could just add at the end of it, like on a heist.
You could just add at the end of it ever.
I could just
Not
add
surprised
ever.
by anything ever. Sometimes.
I think I think it's gonna be something to do with like in combat or while combating an enemy. You cannot be surprised, because like that's the concept, is that in combat an enemy is not going to make a move that puts you off guard, or attack you from behind without you knowing. Like, you know the enemy is there if they're attacking you, and you understand their tactics enough to not be thrown off guard. And maybe that is enough to put in there, but it's very funny. I think, we've gotten to this point,
It's
and
a defining character
you
trait.
use it in a fun way that isn't super super broken, but like the way that you every now and then mention it, it's like, oh fuck, Slippy is in fact broken.
It's like in the newest season of Adventure Zone where he can tell when people are lying.
Yeah,
It doesn't often come up, but it's fun to think about.
Justin doesn't like that, and so he tells the truth. All of his characters tell the truth.
Yep, they're just honest NPCs now. Fuck you and your ability.
So funny. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, robot battle. Slippy's not surprised by this. His machine works again.
Throws a hammer.
I throw my hammer and I roll an 11.
Standing.
Okay. Volley. That's an 11 on a volley. You do your damage.
What's hammer damage?
It's your damage is your damage across the board.
Oh, then it's an 8.
God damn, this.
You throw your hammer, and it hits the robot, and you see some bolts go flying off. I don't really know how else to. Yeah, you do that.
Bonk.
The hammer hits it, and some bolts go flying off. One of its legs seems to be erratic now. Carl Cola. BBW is getting slowly reeled in. BBW can do something. I don't want to actually take you out of the equation.
Okay.
You are not stunned anymore either, but you're in a bag. So if you have a way to get out of this sort of plasma bag.
Plasma bag.
Commander robots.
Will that be plasma plastic or plasma paper?
Fuck you.
That's a great question.
Well, plasma plastic is 7 cents more. So, it's up to you.
Okay, we're gonna go with the cheaper option, and we're gonna do Commander robots.
I'll do
11. 11 to ask this robot to politely stop reeling me in. The bag is fine. I just don't want to be reeled in again.
For now, it stops reeling you in.
Let's go.
The bag stays where it's at, but I mean, on 11, it stops reeling you in at the moment. Carl Cola?
I communicate with it telepathically. Thank you.
Telepathically, interesting.
In my robo mind.
Returning
Carl-
subject to cell stop.
Arl would like to take this moment of seeing the thing stop as an opportunity to try to stab it in the back.
Okay. Hack and slash.
Carla would like to take the opportunity of
Back and
Carl
back.
stabbing it in the back to punch it in the face.
Back and slash and front and slash. I like this.
12. Which actually,
And Slippy, floor and shoot.
I'm going to, instead of causing damage, I'm going to stun the enemy.
Okay.
Because that's something that supposedly my charge rod can do. And I would assume that would still work on robots. They do not like getting
I
electrocuted.
think primarily it works on robots so far. Cool. Cola, what was your hack and slash?
7.
Cool. Roll damage. I won't impose a negative because Carl's stunning with a 11, I think. You said 11, right, Carl?
12.
12.
That is an 11 damage.
Yeah. So as this goes down, the two of you get in front and behind it. It begins to bring an arm down atop Cola with deft speed, but Carl is able to slip up in there and stun it briefly, allowing Cola to get up under its arm and uppercut this head that is attempting to come out of the body. He uppercuts the head clean out of the body and off of the carapace, and the robot stumbles for a few moments before hitting the ground and rolling just ever so slightly until being stopped by its rest of its limbs.
Nice.
The robot that Slippy let go of floats out of the room and into a small hole in the ceiling. And you guys are left back in where you were before.
Slippy is on the floor with his shoelaces tied to the console.
Ola comes back in and ties them with
Thank
difficulty.
you. I couldn't have done that
So
myself.
these feet fall to the floor with a clud. And he can breathe again, apparently.
Okay. So we could go in this spaceship. We have
There's a hole in this
energy.
wall that we could go into.
We sure could. What's in here?
The hole when the robot exited closed back up, but if you could
and my
get it
little
open
robot's
again, you
gone
could go in
too.
there, and your little robot exited through a door in the ceiling.
I do still have this hammer.
You want to call another one? Start all this back up again.
Okay. There are energy cubes on this space station. We don't know if they could be useful as far as powering our ship, but I don't think we have a second option right now. Or we could go and see if we could find a way to disable the space station.
We could also
Force
go
it
to
to
the
let go.
planet as a third option.
Or we could go to the planet and just sort of see what's up there. What are folks feeling?
I'm already here. I don't want to go anywhere else.
We do have to go places, Slippy.
Nah, I'm just gonna live on this thing.
Trying desperately to make it to the montage without leaving the station.
I'm feeling pretty epilogue-y personally.
And they all lived happily ever after aboard this space station.
Possibly. Aboard your ship, you do have a beacon to call the thing.
Yeah, we could call them in at any time.
You might want to communicate with them first, but you do have that option to just sort of beacon them and say you're ready.
Okay. What if some of us went back to the ship and called the Delta, see what they're up to, what they think about all this, and some of us go exploring, I guess. Maybe we're looking for energy cubes, maybe we're looking for something that blows up. Either or.
I like things that blow up.
I'm happy to go back and talk to the ship.
That's kind
All right.
to
Carl and Agent.
Carl and Cola, then let's move forward. We've got a schematic of the station with its long arms. I'm gonna look for either energy cubes or some sort of like elevator or tram or something. I want to go all the way to the end of the ship.
And I think you two should both have communicators.
Everyone's got one now.
Okay.
I think I should have a communicator as well. And I think Lucy should...
No, I'll be with you, Slippy, and then I'll have you as a communicator.
You're right. Lucy should have my communicator.
No, you hold on to that, just in case. I don't often get into the most troubling scrapes like you do. I just sort of hide, like in that situation. I could have helped, I'm realizing now, but I was scared.
That's okay. It's okay to be scared.
The only encounter where one of us died. So
I was scared then too. Thanks for bringing that up. Gabe the player.
No, that was
Lucy.
Gabe, not Cola.
Thanks for bringing that up.
I did not use my
Gabe
character voice, and I was not there.
How do you know what happened to my friend Cookie Gabe?
It's okay, Lucy. All things come to an end. Well, most things.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stick with you and let you hold on to the comm.
Okay.
So we're splitting up. Cola, with the schematics in hand, you know that there are sort of mech repair tunnels to get up these arms and repair bits in the arms. You know that the robots are taking and storing most of the energy behind the docking bay where you guys landed, through that other door. That is where the fuel for this station goes, like where they fuel this station, and also where they store the excess energy cubes. But you know how to get to both of these places.
Is one of them on the way to the other?
No, the storage fueling is in the back of the ship, and the two arms are out of the front of the ship and up or down long hallways because they're super long.
And you have to walk them in real time.
What do you think, Arl? I'm more leaning towards the arms personally, but
The arms sound more fun.
yeah.
I've got 8 of them.
Yeah.
So-
And this place
Arms
only
have
has
more
2.
fun.
All right. Let's head to the arms then.
What are we looking for up here at the arms?
Something that explodes.
Anything
Arms.
that goes big boom.
Okay. BBW, Slippy, you guys head back to the ship to communicate with the
Yep, sounds good.
Homans, I think.
Let me get out of this bag first.
Oh,
net.
I thought you liked it in there.
Oh, I mean, when the robot hit the
didn't-
ground and fell
didn't
apart,
like it.
the net unplasmaed and sort of faded
Disintegrated.
away, yeah.
Gosh, diddly darn.
Give
You'll take
me
it with
5 minutes really quick, and then we can figure out what you two are doing. I just want to run to the bathroom real quick.
I'll go grab a snack.
Ah, fuck. 1 second. Sorry. Okay. All right, so you two head back to the ship, and Kola, Carl, head top or bottom arm. I don't know that it particularly matters, but I'm curious which one you prefer.
What kind of a question is that, Em? We're in space! Relative to what?
Relative to
The
you
planet-
at this moment. Relative to you at this moment in the observation
guess
bay,
there is a
one of the
relative
arm goes above you and one of them goes below you.
Yeah,
From where
get
your
his
feet
ass.
and you are currently oriented.
I don't know. I
If
could
he's
go
gonna
either
put us in
way,
space,
honestly.
make sure he
Take it
knows that
first.
there's sound here.
There's sound in space, there's north and south in space. Just get used to
Is there
it.
sex in space?
There's a sun dispose.
BBW, there can be sex in space, but we passed up Pleasure Tower. We had this opportunity.
That's true, we
Maybe
did.
you-
But that was on a
Guys.
planet.
It's true, that was on a planet.
That was just another mystery that we left unsolved.
Anyway. So top or bottom arm? It does matter.
It matters now. Fuck you.
Don't remind me that the only time we got killed was in an escape room theme park.
Yeah, side mission, escape room, theme park side mission. Yep,
I didn't get killed.
Jesus.
fair.
I vote down.
Cool. Just curious for orientation.
Rises, that's not where you want to put all of your stuff that explodes, is where all the heat's going to be. You want to put it where all the cold stuff is, and that's going to be down.
So it goes up into the
Gold
ship.
is down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want the fire to burn completely, so you want it to start at the bottom.
Yeah. Duh.
Good. Okay, you two head down the long arm of the ship as Slippy and BBW and Lucy get back to your main ship. The two of you reach out on the long range communicators and you hear hello, Cluster Jorgen here.
Hello, this is the S-Man reporting for duty. Over.
It's a little staticky, but you're able to get 98% of the conversation or whatever.
I said S-Man.
No,
over.
I
This is
got
a
you.
who?
No, yeah, I got you. It's Cluster Jorgen here on the Delta. What how's the mission going, guys?
Hey, so do you know anything about Archons?
I've heard the name before. Give me a few. He comes back on, says, sure. Lots of ruins, lots of old planets with mentions of them. Not a ton of, not any actual world experience.
Ask Creation if he wants to live near an Archon ship.
I could. It's gonna take me a minute. You want me to go ask him now, or?
Yeah, just go on down. I can hold.
Okay. Carl and Cola, you guys are heading down a long hallway. I mean, I think that is what it is. At the most, it's a very, very long, angular, sloping hallway. You're on a little platform that is slowly going down this hallway. The platform seems to have power. There's a rail on each side. As you go, you can see some of these repair bots loosely in the tunnels, some of them seeming to do repairs and others seemingly stalled in action as they have found themselves in the wrong place doing their jobs. But mostly this just is a very, very long, slow elevator ride down. You reach the bottom and you are met with a door that says space compression beyond this point must be certified
Squeezed.
for level 3 compression, which you would know is just the base level of like gotta have a spacesuit on, but the robots don't need a spacesuit, so they're worried about different compression levels.
Do we have spacesuits on right now?
I don't know. That's a question. Do you?
Yes.
You haven't
Don't
even
assume
did
everything
in the previous
off in a
episode.
low energy spaceship that we don't run or trust. I'm keeping that thing.
Yeah, gravity, no oxygen, I think I said.
Yeah, that seemed like
Okay.
spacesuit situation.
Spacesuit. All right, then through the door. Doesn't matter.
Through the door into a big warehouse style room. There's this massive machine in the middle of the room, a couple football fields in length and width. And out of it protrudes this pile of machinery that cuts through a hole in the ceiling. As you enter into this room, you lose gravity, in fact. As through the hole in the ceiling, this massive arm cuts up, and as you look above yourselves, you can see the planet through this opening in the ceiling, and this just arm cutting through space and out in front of you to the planet. It is made up of
Explosives.
The outer shell, yes, of all
That's really
C4, and there's a button that says "Do not press because ARM is only made of explosives." Whoa!
And it's all beeping.
No, it's yeah, just an ARM. It's made up of these like cables, tubes, and plates. Like it's not like a solid plated arm. It's a hodgepodge of machinery to create this arm going to the planet. Slippy Cluster comes back on the radio and says, yeah, no, I got I just brought the communicator down to
Oh, sweet, perfect.
yeah, I thought it would be
High
easier.
creation.
Hello.
So, did he give you the lowdown on the Archon ship? Over. Do you want to live near it? Over.
My fuck, what are they called? My
Nuts.
D's nuts.
No way.
Oh no, I got D nuts. in
Which
my
part of the
creation. I
station
think
is
I
that,
just
though?
died.
My storage banks hold not much information on the Archons. I have heard of their presence on this planet. What is it you require?
Oh, do you want us to blow up the ship that's holding the planet that we want to live on in stasis, or do we want to keep the stasis ship functional for our purposes?
What is the ship's purpose?
Hey BBW, what did you say the ship purpose was? Over?
I
Harvesting
think,
energy, right?
yeah.
Energy
I don't think I
farm.
ever asked.
By holding a planet still.
Yeah,
By
it's
holding
doing
a
a very
planet
good job
still.
of it, so
I've got all
I
these
think
voices in my head. Sorry, it takes me so long to get over.
over.
Tell me about it.
If I am understanding correctly, you are
You might.
saying that by holding the planet still, it is harvesting energy?
Yep, you're a smart cookie.
Could we not utilize this stolen energy to power our community indefinitely?
That's what I'm asking. Do you want it? Do you want? Do you want limitless power, or should we just let this planet get back to spinning?
There is a bit of silence over the radio, and Creation comes back on the line and says, "Is the planet livable?"
20% of it is probably. 20% of it's green.
Green does mean life.
I keep hearing that.
As long as the planet is livable and there aren't pronounced dangers, then I'd imagine that we might be able to utilize this stolen energy.
Well,
If there
okay.
is Archon presence currently on the planet, then I would be split in my desire. I do not know much about the Archons and would like to learn as much as I can. But also, historically speaking, any place we found an Archon ruin has been a dead planet.
Well, okay. Well, I'll let the rest of the guys know that we are gonna try and take it. Appreciate the help and the input. BBW, you want to say anything?
Over.
You have eyes on the situation. I trust that you will make the best decision for everyone aboard the Delta.
Oh, he trusts us. That's great.
Should I not?
I wasn't pressing the button. That's why I didn't say over.
Understood. The two of you are in this room. There is this, like I said, giant, 600 by 600 foot machine in front of you, leading to an arm and up to the planet.
Your communicator rings. Hey, it's me, the S-Man. Anybody read me over?
This is Agent Cola. Over.
Hey, Cola. The head honcho back home, he wants to utilize this for our power if we can help it. So maybe don't blow it up. Over.
Hey, ball here.
Okay.
I understand. Over.
That's good. There weren't a lot of explosives down here. Over.
Now we just got to figure out how to use it for us. Over.
Should we check the other arm to see if there are explosives so that we can take them out so that we don't like accidentally blow the place up? Over.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Over.
All right.
If we think
well,
this place
I
is full of
guess,
explosives and we want to keep it, maybe we should know if it's full. I just feel like that seems
I
like
think we
asking
were
for trouble.
listlessly hoping it was made of explosives, but seeing that it's just
Well, now the
normal
idea's in
ship.
my head, and I can't stop thinking about it.
Why would they make a ship of explosives, Carl?
I don't know. It's a whole different culture.
The Archons.
It's
Maybe
true.
they really like explosives.
Fuck me if I didn't say that we don't know the Archons. All right, totally fair.
All right. Well, it sounds like you should fire off that beacon then. Over.
Sounds good to me. I'll get Lucy right on that. Over.
Okay, he was finished.
I was
I thought
really
it was
considering if I had more to say, but I actually didn't. Over.
Yeah, like wasn't sure.
Lucy has her hand hovering over the beacon. She says, "Are we ready to press it? They ready to show?"
Yeah, I mean, Carl and Slippy seem like it's Carl and Slippy. Carl and Cola seem like it's a good idea. And I think it'd be funny.
Yeah, I mean, I
sounds
guess
like
if
fun.
we just did it, it sounded like
And
we wanted to
we'd
know.
have more help.
Yeah, true. It sounded like we want to know how to turn this thing on first, or whatever. But if we're ready to go, I go. Yeah.
BBW.
I mean,
All
I think
for
the
it.
logic is that we're probably not the best qualified at turning this thing on. Everyone who is the best qualified is one beacon away.
Do we want to wait for the crew to come back? We could take a peek at the planet before we send it. You know, just to make sure that like the atmosphere isn't made of like lead or whatever.
Oops,
It
no
still looks pretty
oxygen, only lead.
And it's all explosives. I don't know what to tell you.
It's green explosives. That was a blinking light.
The
It just
Archon
blinks
stopped
very
it because
slowly.
someone made a planet of explosives, and you guys made it go again. Uh-oh.
Yeah, and it wasn't going to discover
Sent it out into the world.
planetary travel because it's explosives.
Yeah. We should probably check out the planet itself.
All right. Well, we'll wait. We'll wait here on the ship for you. Over.
How would they get down to the planet?
We've got to get back to the ship, and then we can all go down.
Never mind. That makes sense. Then we all go to
I leave them on the ship.
the ship. Yeah, you guys know that when you hit the
Slippy and Baby
beacon,
Solo
they're
adventure.
gonna they're gonna call you to make sure that everything's in place.
Hey, are
but-
you sure?
Yeah, I mean, right? Like it's not just
You just talked to us. I just want to make sure that you're sure.
well, yeah, but it sounded like there was more to do on that conversation.
Nope, we got it all done.
did it, done it.
Promise.
Yeah, you two make it back to the ship. The four of you are on the ship in the docking bay. Is there anything else we want to do on the ship before we fly down to the planet, or do hit the beacon or whatever.
I think we're just gonna hit the beacon.
Oh, apparently we're just trusting that the ship's not made of explosives, so I guess we're done here.
Do you want to
We have
give
to
me a
find out
discern
if the
realities
planet's made
to
of
see if it's made of
No,
explosives?
not at all.
A defy
just like-
dangerous
I'd rather not know.
explosives.
Ah,
I'd
fuck.
really
I don't have
rather
any
not
more
fail
skill.
that
Means it's
roll.
like -5.
Yeah, right. You fail
Nice,
that
it's
roll and it
explosives.
changes the nature of our game.
Guys,
Yeah,
we didn't
we're
check very hard, but it's explosives.
Okay,
Well,
so wait. Are we flying down or are we hitting the beacon? Because it sounded like we have two separate thoughts on
Slippy
this.
says fly down. He doesn't want to. He'd rather just hit the button, but he knows better. Carissa would tell me, hey, you Slippy, you always have to make sure that you check out the place beforehand. You don't want to show up there and find out that they don't serve food after 7 a.m.
I will say that you
Slippy,
like categorically
some
know that at least that band is livable. There is life there. There is green
Yeah,
there.
but is
If
it
it's-
carbon-based life? Slippy, you have to make sure that there's carbon-based life wherever we're going.
True.
look, this
Okay.
is why Slippy's never surprised, because he's prepared.
Always got Carissa's voice in his head, telling him about all the other times he fucked up because he wasn't. 'Cause he was surprised by stuff.
Actually, I've
reminds
got
me of
voice
Not
memos. I
Voice
just play them
by
on loop in
Carissa.
my headphone.
Whenever he's
Awful.
not surprised by the dude behind him, it's because Chris is like, "You gotta watch your back, Slippy," and he like turns around and he's like, "Fuck, there's a dude behind me right now."
Carissa, get this. Oh. Voice recording.
Still off.
Yeah. Wait, no, not yeah. Okay, I still have two camps though. I still have two camps of hit the beacon or fly to the planet. Slippy, it sounds like is on the fly to the planet, but wants to hit the beacon. BBW sounds like it's on the hit the beacon camp, and I'm just curious. I'm not pushing one way or the other. I want to know which one we would before we take off.
I was the first one to suggest the Beacon Camp.
Carl's beacon camp, okay?
This is
President of
not
Beacon Camp.
I shoot shit. So I'm on it with Slippy. Let's go. Also, I believe that Slippy's psychic, so I'm not going to doubt the man.
Oh
Let's
wait,
go.
so ship, okay, or planet. Cola,
Yeah,
are
this
you
has
on
been
beacon
confusing
or
so far.
planet?
I'm in the same boat as Slippy.
Yeah, Slippy Boat.
We both.
Yeah,
It's a
I would much
kayak.
rather just press the button, but we probably should check out the planet. We were told
You
specifically
gotta
to check out
investigate.
the planet, not just any weird space station that's near the planet.
Press this button
We
if
really-
you find a
this is
weird
true.
space station.
We've not yet really done the job. We have to go look at the planet.
You got to make sure the planet is usable.
It's got green on it, but it's also got a lot of other colors that are less good.
Blue
And it's got
and
this thing on
brown.
it.
Yep, those aren't good colors.
And spaceship color in the form of arms.
And spaceship color. The color is the spaceship.
White.
Spacecraft gray. Oh, no. Which is, of course, white.
It's white the same way that the Game Boy was white, the original, like, or the NES. Like, it's gray.
When you bought it and open it, it's a little whiter. The moment you touch it, though, it
That was
has your skin on it.
Years ago.
And yeah, exactly. No, I mean, yes, maybe there's some scuffs on it, but this thing is still primarily white, actually. There are some explosive scuffs on the outside, mostly near the bay, like the landing bay, but they're minor.
Thought you were gonna stop at their explosives outside.
Nope.
Just checking, just making sure.
So we begrudgingly fly down to the planet.
Yeah, I think Cola's in the begrudging flight onto the planet camp.
We fly down to the planet. What
In a
are
huff.
we? Okay, I'm gonna give it as a fly over of the planet. Fly over of the planet.
Yeah, I don't really want to put boots down
Scanning.
here. I just want to look.
With a
Scanning.
flyover of the planet, there are lots of ruins. Lots of ruins in the barren, like, hot side as well as the cold side. Ruins of big stone cities with skyscrapers. There's a few of these big ruined cities, not a ton of them, but to show enough that whatever civilization lived here before had the ability to build large
Big build.
cities or dwelling areas. They seem to be built out of natural things around them. Not a lot of steel, not a lot of processed metals, but a lot of like stone. As you enter, you see like areas of burned out or frozen forests where it's like lots of wood if you catch one of the cities or even smaller towns in these places. This whole planet is dotted with these settlements, most of which are burned out or frozen over. In the band around the center, it seems as if whatever life on the planet exists has migrated to this band. There is a band of rainforest circling the globe on this line basically, where 10% of which is like beautiful overgrown lush greenery. Another 10% on either side is like a little worse but livable, sort of like imagine like African savanna in both cold side and hot side, right, where it's
I see.
very hot but things can exist, or very cold at night but things can exist. It's that kind of structure, and then into the barren wastes on both sides. You see these hollowed out cities that exist on this line, as well, still hollowed out, still destroyed, overgrown with these forests growing through the buildings, and some, most of which have broken down and toppled at this point. This has happened over a long period of time. What with that do we have eyes on? Do we want to focus upon?
I think it's all pretty cool.
Looks good to me. Press the button.
It's true. It is.
Let's check out if these ruins are Archon based. We got an archaeologist on board. Slippy looks at Lucy.
Maybe an
What do you want to be when you
Should I
grow
press
up,
the button?
Lucy?
Oh, adventurer, just like you guys.
Archaeologist? Let's check it out. Archie, how you do?
Avenger.
Archaeologist?
I thought she said an Avenger, just like you guys.
An Avenger.
Is that what we call ourselves? When did that start?
During the montage, I'm gonna reveal that Lucy's real name was Iron Man all along, and you guys are gonna be blown away.
No, Lucy's Nick Fury. She's
Lucy's
been putting
real name
together
was Nick Fury the whole time.
And
She was
I'm
on iPad,
Heisenberg.
by the way.
What'd you say?
And I'm Heisenberg. We need to cook Lucy.
No, BBW, not the
Oh,
meth
so he-
reference.
She puts on an iPad like, by the way, it's
By
been
the-
me the whole time.
Exactly.
And you and an eye patch?
Can I tell you that the thought of Lucy in the future only has Lucy and an eye patch for me? And I've had that thought for a while now, like.
That kid is just too reckless and dumb. She does not keep both eyes for the rest of her life. There's no chance.
Are we interested? Yeah, and so we're interested in checking out maybe one of these cities to make sure it's not Archon. There are a couple cities along this hemisphere of good, broken and grown over. A couple of which are close to either the top or the bottom, like anchor point for the ship, gripping point. Which, as you're closer now to this planet, you see that it doesn't actually. Neither of these arms touch the planet. They end in this massive machine of some kind that is on each arm slowly rotating. Imagine, I guess, like a 20-sided polyhedral in the middle of each arm rotating.
Sounds cool.
Doesn't sound harmful.
It is strange.
There's lots to explore down here, but none of it looks immediately dangerous.
Slippy cups his hands together and he says, "Is anybody gonna hurt me?"
Some birds fly up from some trees.
Last chance.
Damn, I was gonna hurt you if you didn't ask one more chance. Yeah, me, I'll hurt you. You hear shouted back. No,
I shoot him.
I shoot him.
Is that Chutch?
Is that Chutch?
No way.
No.
Forbidden Lord.
I put you down once before, Judge.
Jesus Christ.
We do it again.
I'm gonna use my locate object operation to locate Chutch.
Okay. Read that out loud to me because this is like a 7th level. I'm pretty sure this is a very high level.
No, it's just my third level operation.
3rd level operation. What is
Name a
it?
specific object or type of object. Your machine will indicate which direction it is in and where exactly it is within walking
Chutch
distance.
type object.
Where is it exactly if it is within walking distance?
You can
If you
use
name a
it.
type of object.
Yeah.
I can walk there eventually.
You can locate Chutch.
That's a 9 to locate Chutch.
Behind you.
I shoot him.
BBW guys.
Behind you. I'll say that's all I'm giving you off of a 9.
Behind
You're looking at the planet. He's behind you. Somewhere. Could be right behind you. You don't know.
The world may never know.
I think I'm gonna press the button.
Press that button.
Slippy shrugs
Yeah?
and
Alright.
says, "Go for it.
Yeah, calling the beacon.
Things will
The
happen."
beacon beeps up. A red light begins flashing slowly on whatever beacon object they handed you. The long-range communicator rings, and you hear Cluster Jorgen. Team, you guys good for us to come? You checked out the planet. It's good and livable.
Yep, we're living on it right
It's
now.
definitely livable. Yes.
Good.
And nothing here is gonna hurt me. I've asked already twice.
Yep, that's ideal. We're checking boxes here, right? I've been given a list to go over. We're gonna need supplies. We're gonna be able to live on our own without a supply carrier.
We got infinite power.
Yeah, but when we understand how to use it, no doubt, it sounds like we might have an infinite run of power.
What else do you need?
We've got plenty of natural resources. I
Lucy's
don't know
here.
about if we need like man-made. We might be able to salvage the ship if we can't get it operational, but we should have plenty of resources here.
You hear Cluster. He sounds a little nervous over the radio. He says, give me just a sec, guys." And you hear a door open in the background and then close, and you hear Rake over the radio. He says, I'm not one to attempt to keep information from the crew. We've learned from our lessons in this. Creation has been very forthcoming with how prepared he is for a jump of this nature, and it seems as if with his work and Cola, you left your codes for Cluster to help us in this matter. In order for us to escape the location tracking in the ship and in the jump drive is during a crash, during a wrecking of the ship, an accidental, in this case, quote unquote, crashing of the ship. There is an opportunity to shut the location tracking devices down as they
Seems like a bad
refresh
system.
during a crash. it actually is an ideal system, right? Because the location systems are always on, so we are not lost out here in space. And as we jump, it is a dangerous thing. We are, in fact, attempting to utilize this jump break in the location to get off of the radar, right? It's a bad
Right.
thing we have to use in the system, but we're trying to escape here. That's the goal, is to get off of location in the end. So we need this place livable. This is
All
where
right,
we
let's go
will
through this
be.
checklist. What else we got?
That's the
You're here to go through
prime.
the checklist with us, right, Captain?
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess the prime checklist is that it is livable. Do we? We're not
Checkersky.
living on like we can use the station as a habitable location, but we're not. Right? We're not living on the station. We are living on the off of the planet and the planet's resources as our resources begin to run low for what we have here. We can get things strapped down. We are beginning the station to prepare for a situation such as this. We've told them that a crew is out currently scouting new locations to land. We have pause as M did Rake, what side was Rake on with like just loosely telling everyone? I need to recall. Do we recall as a crew like was Rake on the party of tell everyone everything on the ship, or was Rake on the party of this is right? There might be dissenters, right? Like I
thought Rake was a dissenter believer.
like
That is what I recall.
believe in
as
dissenters,
well,
keep some info on the DL for the greater good. I think
Yeah.
that's where I was as well. But like still be
Yeah,
honest with
I
our
think Rick is
officers.
tell them as much as possible, but also as
Yeah.
possible. Some
Okay.
things.
So yes, the station is preparing for its first jump in over a decade. Things will be locked down. No one is warned of an impending crash, but that is what we are expecting. So this is the Delta's final destination.
Are you
Yep.
certain that they won't come looking for the wreckage?
Based on Cluster's research, they will lose location tracking at a third of the way through the light jump. So they will have about 60% of our journey off the books. Hopefully, we are able to, be hidden in that 60%.
Give them the slip.
Can we unplug the location tracker once we're in hyperspace, or smash it with a hammer? I've learned a lot about hammers on this trip.
You could
They're
smash a lot of things with a hammer.
They're really effective at rendering machinery inoperational.
I'm sure
So.
that may be the case in your experiences, but
Great diplomatic answer.
Core and myself and Creation have all been attempting to find another way around this, and we have yet to do so. And if the beacon has been hit, the time is approaching. It doesn't sound like we have much more time to do just this. So
I mean, we hit the beacon, but you could take a minute if you need a minute.
Just so I'm clear, it's a better option to crash the entire space station into this planet than to unplug and smash the location tracker while we're in hyperspace.
this is Gabe asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the conversation I think is led to show that they cannot just unplug and smash with a hammer the location tracking device. The way to disable location tracking is to wait for the refresh from a crash and stop it before it refreshes, giving the last ping the only location they have before it pings again. And due to the
Okay.
nature of like light speed travel that they have, their thought is about a third of the way through that light speed journey would be the last ping that would have gone off. So they'll be searching in this direction, but starting at a third of the journey and looking out. So it's looking out in a vast
Basically impossible.
space, right?
They
Like
printed out 2/3 of the thing on MapQuest, and then past that, they're just kind of gonna wing it.
have no fucking clue, right?
They got a map of the gas station. They figured they'll
Start it by winging it.
We're just going to turn off the space station entirely as soon as we leave hyperspace, and we'll see what happens. I guess.
Smash it into a planet.
Oh boy! All right.
I'm so excited. Smash into the green part.
I hope you smash. That was. This is my
Officer voice.
Good question.
Yep.
Not one I had
This
thought
is
of.
my other notion. You're gonna have to be sort of right on target. Yes, this planet is livable, but only a sliver of it is livable. It's got sort of a neckbeard thing going on. And if you don't hit the neckbeard, you will die. It is either a frigid hellscape or a regular hellscape out there.
Classic hellscape.
Either
Either
classic
classic or
variation
Arctic.
or hardcore frigid.
So if you don't hit the green stripe, you will be in trouble. You cannot just crash anywhere on this planet. If that's a problem, then we need to go to a new planet because
Or we could get this
No.
planet spinning again.
that wouldn't
Just
fix the problem.
saying. It would eventually, over generations and generations.
Yeah, okay. It might fix the problem a little bit by the time the delta gets there.
Just to clarify, we have generations to wait. Is that okay?
Just gotta wait 4 generations before we could jump. Is that
good.
enough? Is
That's
that too much
exactly
time?
how much time we have.
Perfect.
If you can situate the beacon on a high enough point, a planet side, we can sort of isolate trajectory towards the beacon. We will land either atop it or nearby, but if it's high enough up, we can.
Okay. I was thinking of attaching the beacon to one of the arms because they were definitely placed in
Yeah, make it hit
in the
spaceship.
green band. But if we're gonna crash 2 spaceships, I don't want to crash 2 spaceships into each other. If our new
If I can
space
avoid it.
king says that we need that one.
Well, hold on. If you like the idea of smashing 2 spaceships into one another, that's up to you. You're here.
Let's make it 3.
Space King isn't here.
I'm sort of
I'm my
thinking
own
that
space king.
it sort of feels like no matter what we do as Gabe the player, it feels like no matter what we do here, the Delta is going to become the next domain. That whatever happens here is going to wind up being the next quiet year domain.
It's gonna change the way the map looks. That's for sure.
Yeah, in that I'm not sure that it is entirely survivable, but I am curious about it. Are there any mountains? Have we done sort of a look-see at the belt of green? Are there any mountains or sort of high elevation areas in the belt of green?
Planet's only a green belt.
There is a
Ooh.
most of it's
That's pretty impressive
rainforest.
for a planet.
There is a mountain range, a few mountain ranges. One. Oh my god, we're talking about like planet-sized shit. There is a mountain range that slices. It's about halfway in between the arms on the green band. Through the green band, you can see the rainforest kind of grow up over this mountain range in this area. It's about about halfway on the. The left side of the planet doesn't really matter at that point.
Okay. Well, let's go over there. Honk down the beacon, nice and high, away
Gingerly.
from the space station, so that the other space station doesn't hit it.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen. Unless.
No, we definitely
Okay, just checking.
don't. Probably.
We like mountain
Unless.
rainforest region.
Wait, hear me out. We haven't gotten to see any explosions yet.
Oh,
Good
True,
fix.
we haven't done any big explosions in this whole show.
Lucy, what do you think about this
Yes,
line of
we
questioning?
have. I am proud of the explosions that we have been able to pull off. You take that back right now. We did it a cool explosion situation with Slippy and BBW in a stairwell where they had to fucking grappling hook up the stair. I'm proud of that moment. That was a cool,
No, that was really
explosive
cool.
moment.
That was really cool. It was a really cool action movie scene where a robot blew up, but that's not the same thing as
A
two
planet
space
blown-
stations.
No,
running in-
true. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. Fine. Whatever.
I'm very
Pull the
proud of
trigger.
We've not
I'll make
blown up
two
a Death
space
Star.
stations blow up. Let's go.
No space station shows up and it blows up. Eat it.
Both of them. Everyone's dead. Good luck in the season 3, guys.
It would be kind of fun to like to do that and then come back for season 3 with like a 50-year time skip or whatever, where we're all sort of old.
Carl's got like 8 canes.
God
He's
damn,
making
that's
one
so
step
much
still.
funnier than anything I've thought of. Is Carl on 8 canes. Like a spider moving around.
I've seen
Or
Wild
walkers
West. That's
with
that.
16 tennis balls.
God damn, that's funny as fuck.
Old octopus. Give me old octopus.
Old Lady Weathers has
Can't-
become Old Lady Carl.
Campaign over. We age Carl 50 years.
Oh no, hold on. Okay, this is incredible. We put it down into a mountain range. Is that the location we want?
They said up high. That's as high as it goes.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, it's not what I would do.
What would you do?
Over your pass of the give me what would you do? Hold on.
I would want, if we're gonna crash a space station, I'd want to crash it somewhere as large and flat as we could. To sort of mitigate damage and also make the cleanup process easier.
But that would be contradictory to creation's wishes.
I'll say
Yeah, creation and cluster said put it up high.
up high
So-
because of the way that what's up? Oh, you
It's-
just
it's for
hold
the-
it.
I like how you hold up your phone.
Yeah, exactly. Of the way that cluster and creation were informed of the situation, it's all sort of there's a few cities, but it's mostly rainforest. So, like, option wise, if you're throwing it into a rainforest, I guess
How tall are the buildings in the cities?
I'd imagine, like, when I say city, imagine like New York's and Chicago's, like tall skyscrapers made of stone, pretty clustered together. In the big cities, there are a few of these giant cities, some of which in barren, some of which on the rainforest belt, we'll call it. Not in these mountains. Mountains is a fine place. I'll even give you guys the options. We have like city, mountains. I can give you a plains, like a plainy area that's green and living, but is not covered in rainforest. And maybe like a cove situation. Why not? Other than that, it's rainforest. So rainforest, cove, mountains, city, plains.
I'm in agree with you, Cola. Plus, I like to, slightly deviate from orders because I'm a little bit naughty.
I like the plains. I'm not mad about the city either. Just sort of plunk it down on top of a
Yeah, fuck
building.
them.
Not perhaps the biggest city, but maybe the third biggest city.
Via
Carl, BBW, what are
population
your
or
thoughts on
landmass or
location for the delta plopping down? You know, I guess in relation to like a New York sized city, you know that the delta would take up about half the city. It's a big fucking space station, right? You're taking a lot of people and space for machinery up. So about half of a New York sized city. Same thing with the Chicago sized city, whatever.
Okay.
Just for reference. But BBW, Carl, do you guys have a thought on location for the Delta going planet side?
No. This is looking great.
Well, I mean, but do any of these 5 sort of biomes speak to you? City, rainforest, mountain, plains, cove, coastal.
Oh, I see. I think BBW is probably most comfortable in the city for sure.
I do miss the Cove, but let's go city.
damn a 50-50 split vote. Hey Lucy,
Why do I get a vote?
because we're split 50-50. I just said that.
Oh, wait, so it's mountains versus city? It sounded like, yeah.
I think it's plains versus city.
Well, I'm on Cove. I like a beach.
All right, let's go Cove then.
So someone joined my team. Now it sounds like we're split Cove City with one in the plains. I'll say when I spoke up, I didn't think my opinion would change anything.
I mean, it hasn't, to be fair.
It swapped your decision just instantly.
But
You said, whatever, man, let's just go Cove.
in the end, we're still tied for 2.
It's truth. It's true.
Unless somebody else wants to join Team Cove.
Now, Colo, you're the man out.
Team Cove.
Lucy chose Cove because she didn't want to be the ultimate deciding factor, I'll say.
Do not pick the Cove. Think about it this way, Lucy. What we're really picking is which of these biomes do we not want to have anymore? because we're going to change it from whatever it is right now into crashed space station biome.
Yeah, but I'd like that to be on Oceanside. Wouldn't that be beautiful? To wake up every day to a sunrise on the sea? Well, I'm 6, and I think it would be, so...
Yeah, and I agree with the 6-year-old.
She points at Slippy. Duh.
BBW is swayed. We going Cove.
Hold on. Hold on. So again, when I spoke up, I tried to pick one that no one else
and now
picked.
Slippy is going back with Cola.
God damn it. And now we have 2 on Cove, 1 on City, 2 on
Cola's gonna just sit down in front of the steering wheel of the ship and go to the planes.
And Slippy's gonna pull a knife out from behind you and guard you.
Oh.
I'll stop you, motherfuckers.
Look, I don't care that much about the city. I'll just change my vote to plains, and we don't have to fight over this, guys.
Let the man drive.
Okay. Now I'm gonna give you an option of planes in between the arms or planes close to an arm.
Between the arms.
Between the arms.
Like you're in a half circle in the middle, or like kind of on the top or bottom, or
like 10% away from an arm or 50% away from an arm. But we like 50%, like in the
50,
middle.
please.
50 for sure.
Let's go middling. We'll make more settlements as we need to.
Okay. Okay.
You know what? Let's just put the beacon on the other space station.
Just in the observation bay. Perfect. You can. I'm gonna. That I guess is a fifth biome. If we want to go back and revote, would be the space station biome.
Oh, I didn't know we could vote for the space
Oh.
station. I'm voting for the space station.
God damn it!
For space station.
Nope.
You
Nope.
can. You can vote for whatever you want.
I like
Get
planes.
the renovation.
Yeah, planes.
It's at least got to be on this planet.
This episode's gone on long enough. Let's go planes.
Oh, glory be. We sat down in a group of planes, with levels to its expanse. Small pools of water dot the landscape over little drop-offs in the land. Not a lot of rivers or waterfalls. We're talking a little bit more pool-based area. Plains, rocky, savannah, we touch down ship. We just like set the beacon and then fly away.
Leave.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. I think Kolo
We're
would take.
ditching our own colony.
I didn't mean
We're-
fly away forever.
Let's go back to the graveyard. Yeah.
I think Kolo would bring out something like a crate or something to put the beacon on top of to say that he elevated it a little bit.
Not on the ground.
What? I put it
Wasn't
on
on
the
the ground.
crate?
Yeah, you guys find the
it
top
was elevated.
of or a elevated portion of this like slowly dropping off and sloping out landscape to set the beacon upon. I guess you set the beacon and you fly off. You know it's going to take a bit of time, right? It's going to take maybe a couple weeks for the station to arrive. They've got to do final prep work and then fire off into space. Conceptually, they're going to be smashing right into planet side and then working on resetting that location tracker,
Oh boy.
which they seem positive that they can do. Question from, I guess, GM to players. Do we want to do a 2-week waiting period to find a thing, do a thing while we're waiting on our planet, or do we want to jump to station like we spend 2 weeks just sort of faffing around in this general area and the station enters?
I think we
I
should.
think it's plenty.
Go ahead.
I think it's plenty to just sort of narrate what we do. Like if we each have an opportunity to say, "What do you do for 2 weeks?" rather than like play it out. And just like that's 20 minutes of the next session, and then we get the space station in there. Would be my instinct.
It makes as much sense as my idea.
What was your idea?
What was your idea?
We do a one Mogen on the Archon ship and see if we can figure it out. But I can just do that in 20 minutes.
Do like a.
I'm also down for that.
Some power.
I mean, that's where I'll go. You know.
It's a good place for us to retreat to, try and figure out some more stuff. We've probably done less than they would have wanted us to before setting up the beacon.
But we knew we had time in the meantime, right? We're just
we've
trying
got-
to
we've
maximize
got
our
2
time
weeks.
here.
Let's just montage our way through fixing this space station.
Yeah, we do it perfectly.
I'm
Yeah.
down with the montage next time. So we've placed the beacon. We come down to the planet. We find a higher plateau than the rest of the surrounding land to place the beacon on a crate and fly back up to the ship. final calls to the station go through and prep work begins on the station, you know that they will very soon be jumping into Lightspeed to head in this direction. Have about 2 weeks to prepare in whatever way we deem necessary, in which we will do exactly on the next session. Very intriguing. Awesome.
Very good.
Final, I guess, session in questions. Not final session in questions, but session in questions are: did we discover something new or important about the universe?
Yeah, we learned about Archons.
Archons.
I agree.
Feels right.
I feel like those would already
we
be.
don't know a lot about Archons.
But we know that those
discovered
exist.
that, yeah, it's not just ruins. They're at least
Ships even.
there's something out here. Something more current.
Sinister.
Do we overcome a notable enemy?
Droideka.
My question, I guess, for a notable enemy is what makes an enemy notable? Just for like future runnings of, because I love the Dungeon World system. I'm a big fan of it, but like when playing, what makes an enemy notable? Because this took, it's hard to make a single dude fightable against 4 people in a session where it's not necessarily like ramping health, it's about how we interact. So what makes an enemy notable to you guys?
Story
I
implications.
mean, this is like this is a question like among role players.
Yeah, definitely like among role players. Like what makes an enemy notable, do you think? Like story-wise, so like if you were to have fought creation, that's a notable enemy.
100%.
Certainly. Certainly.
Yeah. Anything we
I am-
interact with while fighting, I think.
What'd you say?
Anything we interact with that we fight with, or during the fight, I mean.
Is notable.
Like an interactive
Maybe
fight,
XP.
not just like shoot enemy, but like has larger interactive implications?
Yeah, exactly.
A question? Okay.
That's definitely an avenue. I think my answer's sort of along those same lines. Is anything that isn't just where the combat isn't just I hit, you hit, I hit, you hit, until one of us is dead. If we do something else during that combat, if the enemy interacts with the environment, if the enemy springs a trap, like if the enemy doesn't just take attack actions, I think then maybe like that's the gateway to being notable.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, just curious. Probably no notable enemy then. Just a big droideka or a ballbot. Did we get a treasure?
Whole planet.
Knowledge. I guess we did get a whole planet this time.
A new home?
Question mark to be continued.
I mean, you can accept
I
experience.
don't know that we've gotten that yet.
I mean, the ship is coming. Whether or not,
Ready or not,
like,
here I come.
that's true. The ship isn't there.
I also don't know that we'll have any roles to impact how well the station impacts. So
I'm
it's
gonna
not
get
like
up
we
there and
can
drive
really-
it.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think so either. I don't think you got a treasure.
we're gonna fly up next to
So
and
we
push.
discovered something new. That's a good experience. Did anyone get an alignment? No, I don't think so. And did anyone get a bond? The other thing.
I did, yes.
You did. What was your bond?
My bond was with Carl. That since the two of us were like the fight boys, we should go on a fight boy mission.
Hell yeah, fight boy mission.
Yeah.
We didn't really wind
didn't
up fighting on the fight boy mission, but we did go on a fight boy mission.
As fight boys.
You were ready to
did?
fight.
I'll agree.
Boy.
That okay? Why not? What does that mean for your relationship with Carl? You went on the mission but didn't find a fight.
Disappointed.
Weirdly
Yeah,
past-
it's a little disappointing. Because I did want to like bond with Carl over our Fight boy fight. And we didn't fight. So
Fight.
how did I word?
Anyone
I'd
else
like to
get
do a mission with
a
Carl.
bond?
It says do a mission.
One more time. Sorry.
Did you get any bonds filled, BBW?
Oh, nah. I did not get any bonds.
I think of all of the session end questions, this may not be hyper important, right? Because we know that montage is next. But still good to always run through. At least give us a moment to talk about maybe notable enemies in this case.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. Other than that, I think it sounds like we want next session to be a montage ender, which I like and appreciate. So think
The
about
last one was fucking fabulous, so I'm ready.
the last montage ep.
Well, the last episode of a campaign was just a really good sticking the landing on a campaign. So looking
Oh,
forward to it.
good. Yeah, build me up. I hope I can
Yeah,
do
you
that.
really hot.
Cool. Bar up
Which-
here. I'll see if I can grab.
Brainwashing an entire civilization, then it's not really gonna.
Yeah, try harder.
Which
session was
campaign
that?
are you?
When did we-
Yeah.
The one with Rael and the Necromancer, Carlifer. We
I remember
had an island that was they were anti-undead. Everyone on the island hated undead people. And so we slowly started brainwashing everybody in town until they were more accepting of
Assimilated
undead.
undead.
Oh, that's true.
And then
that
we
whole-
started luring people in from other towns and brainwashing them until we did the whole island.
That's true. The whole island
was
is
true.
like
That's how you end a campaign.
undead friendly now.
You start a cult based around not being racist.
That often is the end game.
To not be racist. Okay, perfect. I have then some thoughts for this. We'll come in, we'll do think about what your character does in this 2 weeks to prepare for the station arriving. I think that out of I don't know the best way to phrase that, but like out of session, I guess. The decisions such as like picking a biome, the things that we do or decide upon will have impact on this the next time we play in this space. It's not going to be for a while, but I am pulling a lot of info together from what we've done, what we've been doing to like create a playable space here. So yes, think
Always
about
got a business idea.
Can I save Scrub so that I can get all the endings?
You can try, but we would need to go do like an 11th hour style approach on the end of this campaign, and I don't know if I think we've ramped it up too much to just say 2 weeks ago. Now you're back here. Uh-oh. Now we
Try
have a
again.
final arc that is this over and over again.
Hope you like this.
God damn if I don't love that idea. Okay. So yeah, that'll probably be the plan for next time. Yeah. Now my brain's going in a weird other direction. So
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna stop
We-
before it
We got him DM'd. He's DMing up.
I'm gonna stop before it continues to go in that direction and say that that's the end of this one. But yeah, next time we'll come up and most likely finish up this campaign. It sounds like and prep stuff for a new one.
Oh yeah.
GG's, y'all.
Sounds good.
GG's, y'all.
To introduce Cyberdew.
Cyberdew and the return of the cyber.
He's a mystery solving cyber dog.
Good.
That sounds
good. Man, I'm pumped. I think that this is enough to build like whether I know that Lawrence's monster of the week is 40K, but in my brain it's just another planet in our system, and like Gabe's is D&D high fantasy, just another planet in the system, and I'm very excited to like
The
we
multiverse.
might never go back to this Lawrence planet or this Gabe planet, but
I pray we don't. You will hate it
You just
here.
blow up in the end.
everyone dies. I'm just excited. I like building a solid play space. Yeah. Anyway, good gaming, y'all. We'll be back next
Oh,
week
yeah.
to wrap up.
Sounds
Dude.
good.
Fuck yeah.
GG's,
Catch y'all
y'all.
later.
Talk to you next time. As for everyone else, thanks for joining, y'all. Thanks for joining in on the D&D. We're gonna come back here to just chatting and say again, thank you for joining us on this long journey. We've been playing D&D for 3 years now. Good gracious, is it 3 years? Somewhere around there. Lots of campaigns. We've done lots of things like what Lily had mentioned. There's tons of stuff that we did even before editing for a podcast. We've done several campaigns as a table, and it's very exciting. We're wrapping up another one, and possibly, like, not possibly, but preparing for all of these threads to just unravel and lay out for you folks. As Gabe mentioned, it would be very interesting to play in this space as domains. It would be very interesting to come back in a future season and play in the space. We don't know how it's going to land, right? This is all little preemptive, and I may go on about it next time as well. But yeah, I appreciate you folks joining in this time. We'll be back again next time to wrap up the campaign and see where that leaves us. So thanks for joining, folks. Drop the